Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Yes, it's another beautiful day here in Dubai, and I want to start this segment with some random videos. Now, this isn't my random review. These are videos that I have selected to talk about. Usually, I like to keep it cohesive where I stick to one particular type of subject, but these are going to hit on a variety of different topics, all relating back to relationships. And yeah, let's get into it. So, and the first one is all about what women think about men. And this is just ridiculous.
Ooh, let's go with what happens when a man leaves a woman for another woman. Well, when a man leaves a woman for another woman, it's usually because of the 90-10 rule principle. What that means is that the woman he was with at first has 90% of the qualities that he was looking for. So she was almost perfect in his eyes. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, he meets this other woman that has 10% that he was missing with that woman that he had at first. So then he exits that relationship to go to this woman that he believes has 100% of the qualities. As time goes by, he realized that the woman only had 10% of those qualities. So he takes two routes. One, sometimes he just pride and he just settles with a woman that has 10%. Or number two, he goes crawling asking for that forgiveness for the old girlfriend that he was with. And what happens is that old girlfriend had 90% of the qualities already been taken. So end of the story, the moral is you should be happy with the woman you're with. You're never going to find a perfect woman. If you want to grow together, then you are with the right person. You're not with the person just and that she's perfect.
All right, I had to turn her off. There's that bloody music in the background. You are my. Oh, I hate TikTok videos with the music. So she's basically saying that men, and this is why women shouldn't give relationship advice to other women. It's just a pile of crap. Men don't leave a woman who's providing 90% just to go find somebody that's given the 10%. That is the biggest pile of crap. That is a lie. And you better get your information right. And just to show you that she's talking BS, here's an actual study that was done on this. I'm sure some of you have seen this before, but I just want to bring it up again because...
Help us here. Lori is here. She is the author of Marry Him, making the case for settling for Mr. Good Enough. Lori, look, feel my pain for a second. There are a lot of lonely men out here who are good guys. But women and this list, it's maddening. Make the argument at the center of your book, please.
Okay, you know, I'm not telling anybody to settle for somebody that they're not totally in love with or physically attracted to or anything like that. The book is based on a survey where men and women were asked if they got 80% of everything they want in their ideal mate, would they be happy with that? And women said, no, that's settling. And men said, 80%, I'd be thrilled, that's a catch. And so
80% to the women you surveyed is settling?
That's settling because, the question is, what actually makes us happy in long-term romantic love? And, that's the question that I explore in the book. And I'm a journalist, so I went out and I asked neurobiologists about chemistry, and I asked behavioral economists about demographics, and I asked marital researchers and divorce lawyers.
What did they say?
And, the thing is, we're too picky about the things that don't matter at all for long-term romantic happiness, but we're not picky enough about the things that actually do matter.
Okay, so break that out for me. What are women? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple with men. Come on. What are women too picky about here?
Well, I'll tell you, men and women were asked what would be a deal breaker for going on a second date. And men named three things. They said she has to be cute enough. She doesn't have to look like Angelina Jolie. She just has to be cute enough. She has to be warm and kind. And she has to be interesting to talk to. Those seem like really valid criteria.
Ding, 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 ding. Pretty simple.
Right. Okay, reasonable, right? The women came back with 300 things that would rule out a guy for a second date. And we're talking about like another 2 hours and maybe a free dinner. And
Now tell me how that woman's comments made sense. That's a woman that have no idea about men and relationships. And this is the biggest problem. Women have no idea what men want or what they think. They always associate a man's desires and a man's needs to what they want. There is no way a man is going to find a woman who has 90%. We would love to settle for 50, 60%. At least you might think, you know what? I can train her to with the other 50%. She'll change. I can work with that. But there is no way. If I found a woman with 90%, I'd be on my knees instantly if I found a woman with 90%. Ladies, please stop listening to other women about advice on what men want. Women have no idea whatsoever. The best thing to do is talk to a man. Talk to the customer. We're the customer. You're the product. We're the customer. What does the customer want? You always ask what the customer wants. And guess what? You'll have success with men. So stop asking women what men want. Don't listen to them. This girl, she hit the nail right on the head. She got it 100%.
I personally think that men are basically all the same. Men just want a nice, sweet, supportive woman. You don't even have to be that beautiful. Like, don't be fat, like go to the gym, eat healthy, put a little bit of makeup on, not too much. But ultimately, men just want a supportive, kind, sweet woman. He's gonna go out there, take on the world, do all these difficult things, and he just wants to go home and know that there's peace, there's food on the table, the house is clean. It's really not that difficult. All men want the same thing.
Thank you, my love. Thank you so much for just bringing it home. Now, let's get down and dirty. Man sues his wife's lover and wins $9 million. This should be something that happens more often. Let's get into it.
Out of that courtroom ruling in favor of a jilted husband, he claims another man seduced his wife and ruined his marriage, and it turns out the law is on his side. A judge ordering the so-called other man to pay the husband nearly $9 million.
Hey, it sounds bizarre, Cecilia, but a judge ruled that other man did break up this couple's happy home. It was the wife who shot the video you're about to see of her devastated husband.
Why are you taking my wife?
Guys, come.
Why are you taking my wife from me?
It's a real-life soap opera. A husband pleads with his wife as he's kept from coming in the room by his wife's lover.
Yeah, that's a super messed up clip, but I bet after finding out that her husband just won $10 million from this guy, she's probably going to try to make her marriage work again, isn't she?
Oh, that is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard. Hypergamy is a bitch. So she thought that she could jump to a richer man. And this man said, nope, you taking my wife. My friend, he didn't take your wife. Your wife was never yours. It was just your turn. And as cold as that sounds, that is the reality. I'm glad he actually won this type of case. But it shouldn't be at the expense of another man. Women have to learn, hey, this is what I have. This is what I got to work with. This is the choice I made. Let me work with it. Women are cheating at an all-time high, my friends. All of the calls that are coming in from men in my sessions, my chat session, when men call in to talk to me, 90% of them are from men whose wives are cheating, whose wives have divorced them, or they have already cheated. And the divorce usually have led from cheating already. Yeah, it's a cold, hard world out there, my friends. You can't blame men. Now, I want to transition into this conversation with Mr. Samuels.
Is your price too high?
No, I don't feel like it's too high at all.
Okay. What do you want?
I want a man that's definitely going to be able to pay the bills, like take care of me. But I still want to be able to have the option to work and do like my career, have a career, and still have kids.
How many children do you want?
2.
Okay, so you want it all?
Yeah.
Okay, how much money is a man going to need to make to be able to pay all the bills?
Probably well over $400K.
Oh, God. Every woman is like this, man. This is just so boring. To be honest, when I have to play this content back, I don't find it interesting at all. The problem is I cannot ignore the content because it is the problem. And so you almost have to keep bringing it and keep pushing it at the forefront so that women can identify that this is their problem. I can't do anything else besides just keep. I remember reading a meme a while back. There was this church and they brought in a new pastor, and the old pastor had retired, and this new guy came in and he did an amazing sermon, and it was on, attending and tithing, etc. And the next Sunday he did the same sermon, and the next Sunday he did the same sermon, and the church elders, they're like, "Pastor, you've done the same sermon for the last 3 weeks." And he said, "Yeah, I know, because none of the parishioners have made any changes to the original sermon." As crazy as that sounds, he had a point. If no change have been made to his original sermon, then he's just going to keep doing it over and over and over until the people change. Now, I know that's a bizarre example, but you get the point. We have to keep pushing what the problem is in order for women to start seriously seeing that they are the problem. Their requirements and their demands from men are much too high. And if they keep along this same course of action, they're going to be alone. Simple. Doesn't get any simpler than that, my friends. I'll read a few comments from that. Frank C. said, "Feminism teaching serious delusions." Yep. Of course, love bug. A woman comes back. "I know a young lady who just married a man in the medical field and making well over 400K. It's not typical, but it's possible." Yeah, all of these women just look at the possibility rather than the probability. Yes, it's possible. Is it probable that every single one of these women are going to find that 0.0001% man? The answer is no. It cannot be where you have 10 million women who want that 0.000% man. And they don't get it because every one of them will line up 20, 30 years of their life for that man. And it never comes. And then all of a sudden, it's too late. Somebody else responds, "Sorry, it's not going to happen. Your expectations are way too high. Doesn't sound like wife material. I didn't hear what she's bringing to the table." Yeah. Shazam says, "Are these grown adults or children's brains?" And then Apesta says, "Delusion is a hell of a drug." And that brings me to this next video, because remember this whole idea about the bear being in the woods with a bear or a man? And all of these women went on about, "Oh, I'll prefer to be in the woods with a bear." You know what a bear can destroy? A bull. A bear can take down a bull, okay? And if a bear gets hold of your scent and he's hungry, there is no getting away from him. He could smell you over a mile away. That means 1 mile around you, he can smell you. God forbid if you have on any perfume or deodorant or body wash, body spray, he could smell that even further away. But just your natural scent from not having a shower, he could smell that from over a mile away.
Should not mess with grizzly bears. If you provoked a bear, you have 4 choices. You can try to outrun it, you can try to outswim it, you can climb a tree, or you can decide to fight back. What are your chances of survival? Despite their big, muscular appearances, grizzly bears are the fastest of the Ursidae family and can sprint at top speeds of 35 to 40 miles per hour. Even Usain Bolt, the world's fastest man, couldn't outrun a steadfast grizzly bear at full speed. Bears can swim at speeds up to 6 miles per hour. Swimming world record holder Caleb Dressel swam the 100-yard freestyle at 1.95 miles per hour. So, as it turns out, bears can swim faster and further in the water than most humans would find too cold. Although not adept tree climbers, grizzly bears can also climb trees with much ease. If you decide to fight back, large adult grizzlies are about 2.5 meters long and weigh about 900 pounds. Grizzly claws are at least 2 to 4 inches long, not forgetting a bite strength of 1160 pounds per square inch, strong enough to crush a bowling ball. Fighting a grizzly will be futile.
It's no different than having blood in the water. A shark can detect that miles and miles away. A drop of blood. Here's the reason why I mention a bull. This is a woman on a beach. It's in Mexico. Now, the bull is going at her bag because it detects food in the bag, right? This woman thinks that she should just casually go up to a bull and pull that food away from him because life has never showed her any pushback. And she thinks that she is entitled to get her bag back. Watch the outcome.
Ay, la señora.
You are really playing with it right now. Please don't do that. Please. Please get away. Lord, are you kidding me? Jesus. Lady, please get away. You're not doing us any favors. Get him. Get him. Get the away. We tried to tell you.
Vele a ayudar, córrele.
Hey, por atrás.
¡Por atrás!
Hey, por atrás, gordo. Por atrás, güey. Hey, cuidado, cuidado,
Yeah. How to be a white woman. Black people know better than that shit. I can tell you. Come on, you know that there's no way a black woman would be, or a man would even think about standing in front of a bull. We fear animals. We understand what an animal can do. But she has the delusional will because life has never ever threatened her. And there's a man screaming, please, please. He's screaming to help her protect herself, and that idiot still ignored him. She's actually looking at this 1-ton animal in her common sense, and she's obviously an older woman. Her damn common sense wouldn't kick in and just say, listen, I got some crackers in there or some cookies or whatever. Let him eat it. He's not going to eat my wallet. He's not going to eat anything. Let him have it. Once he's finished, I can go and pick up the scraps. Her bloody common sense would not tell her that. And she thinks she's going to take it from the bull. That is the kind of logic and delusional sense of security women have in today's soft environment. What do they call it? Darwin's law? The strong and the smart survives because the stupid and the weak literally kill themselves. In nature, anything that is weaker and slower is eaten, destroyed, taken away. Anything that is stupid, don't have enough common sense, is usually killed. And that allows them not to reproduce other stupid or weak animals or creatures. That's why they call it Darwin's law. She probably can't reproduce anymore, but it just blows my mind how delusional women can be. And what is clear? Men have to come to rescue them after doing dumb shit. It's another case of it. So this one is woman in the woods screaming.
Do you pay $4,000 to swing big sticks and scream in the woods with the aim of releasing your anger?
It is imperative that we allow ourselves safe spaces to release this fiery, hot emotion from within us.
So it's called the Rage Ritual Retreat.
$4,000? Carry the one. I got sticks in my backyard. I'm about to make some money.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, women are enraged and they're paying $4,000 to go scream in the woods. Man, that's a great business. Wow. Man. Yeah. I have no comment. Seriously.
She bet him $100 that she can knock him down. She has excellent form and hip drive, but keep in mind he's a professional heavyweight boxer and has literal abs of steel. And this is why weight classes were invented.
Yeah. It's not even weight class. It's manpower. Because I have hit smaller guys than I have with a lot of power in their abs. These boxers have abs of freaking steel. I have been able to move his entire body, but he just said, give me more, give me more. And he was 4 inches under me, and I had 15 pounds on him. And this guy just took my blows. And that's me training martial arts for 16 years, lifting weights since I was 19. So trust me, I've seen these guys take blows. So if women think that they can actually take a man, especially a trained one, you have no clue. I have no clue what men's bodies can take.
If I may, I know the verse that I quoted earlier about the husband's role in the marriage says the husbands must love their wives, but women respect your husbands.
That's not what it says. It says that you need to submit to your husband.
Yes, it says respect and
That's
submit.
not respect. Submission is different. That's an overage, right? So there's more to it than just respecting. Submission does not just mean respect. That means submission. And that's something which is absent in society. And that's why guys like Brian refuse to take a bullet for women, because they refuse to submit to patriarchal authority. And if they did, he would be far more inclined to do so. That's why, by the way, he would do it for his children, because they see him as an authority, a patriarchal authority in the household, and so he knows that that's his greater duty. But why would he have a greater duty to women who don't submit?
That was Women will try to change the words, try to change the laws, try to change everything so it could fit into their narrative. The Bible was very clear. I've grown up religious all my life. Listen, I've stepped back from the whole religious doctrine from the age 30. But I still understand, and because I've been so deeply ingrained in the Catholic Church from the time I was 5 years old, right up through my whole high school years, and of course the Baptist Church as well. So my knowledge of the Bible is quite vast. The point I'm trying to make is that women tend to want to move the goalposts, change the rules to fit the feminist narrative, try to soften the message. You can't soften the message in a Bible or any written text. In all ancient texts, it's patriarchal. Patriarchal. You cannot get around it, especially the big three: Judaism, Christianity, Islam. They're all patriarchal religions. God, man, woman, child. That's it, in that order.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your manager. Go do your job. Go do your job. Go do. No, it's not. You're harassing me. I'm talking to your manager. You don't have no clout. Your manager's right here. You're not above her. Go do your job. Get out of the way. You're the problem. You and her are the problem. You're going on corporate. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to corporate on you too. Get your ass out of here. I'm going to get you out of here. Make me leave. Make me leave. Make me leave. You don't own nothing here. You don't own nothing in here. Go get therapy. I'm not your father, your man, or none of that. Stay in your place. Stay in your place. Stay in your place.
Oh, I get you say your piece, then you go on. You can't go back and forth with a woman like this. The fact that he has to tell her, I'm an older man, you talking to me like this? And he already had stopped the conversation and she's still chattering away. She's upset and offended. But you can come across with the most cool, neutral energy and just be ordering something and already have attitude.
So it just blows my mind when women try to do this crap. So anyway, guys, I'm going to keep this one short. This was just a bunch of random videos that I just thought I'd like to have a word on, but I would love your feedback as well. Let's have a discussion on some of them here. And of course, if you want to book a session with me, get me over on askanolderman.com. But if you have a quick question, get me over on Instagram on Ask an Older Man and send me a voice message and I will respond in kind. Okay, so until next time, remember, whenever in doubt, my friends, always ask an older man. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.